40th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Tyler Shough, quarterback. So they do some quarterback. By way of many other schools.
Bro is in his 30s.
What the shuck is up? Who Dat Nation? It's your boy, Clay Johnson, and welcome back to the WDN4L podcast. That's the Who Dat Nation for Life podcast. I already introduced myself as the host. I'm starting to get tired of introducing myself. Y'all should know my name by now. Follow me on Twitter at ClayJ2K. Follow my TikTok at ClayJ2K540. And follow the show on Twitter at WDN4L_pod. Same on YouTube. And once again, I nailed that intro. I'm getting better at it as my iPad goes crazy. So, as you know, the NFL draft has come and gone. And I'm going to be giving y'all my thoughts on the Saints draft class. I will tell you right now, it's actually a lot better than some people out there probably want you to think. This draft class, if I had to give a grade on it, I'll just go ahead and go out there with that. If I had to give a grade on it, on God, I would give it a B+. This draft signifies that this team is rebuilding, whether Mickey Loomis wants to admit it or not. Kellen Moore, Brandon Staley, and even including Mickey Loomis, they made some foundational pieces type of picks. For example, at pick number 9, the New Orleans Saints selected Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas. A fucking 6'7" tackle who's mean as fuck. And I love that. I love that. You know why? Because so is Taliesin Fuanga. And now you got 2 foundational tackles for at least 10 years. Because Fuanga is only 23 and has a year under his belt. And Kelvin Banks is only 21. But he still managed to play 40 games in his college career. And he was a captain. I fucking love that pick. That pick, I give an A. I give that pick an A. Now, I will address the fact that I have already previously said I don't think the Saints... I don't think the Saints should go O-line at 9 because I thought that meant a guard. Kelvin Banks is not playing guard. I can tell you that right now. What Kelvin Banks does is allows you to put your 5 best O-linemen on the field at the same time. That can mean Trevor Penning. That can mean Dylan Radins. But I'll tell you right now, Fuanga, Banks, McCoy, and Ruiz are solidified. And you now have 4 first-round picks and a second-round pick on your O-line. If you can't work with that, then there are issues much bigger than the players themselves. I understand Penning is a bit of a controversy and hot topic as far as whether he is good or not. And I am one of the ones that said don't put him at guard. I don't know if he'll work out at guard. I don't. But you know what? Maybe Radins is better than him. However, Trevor Penning gets to be your swing tackle, your 6th O-lineman. And he already excelled at that when he got benched. It was either his rookie year or year 2. Point being, you have foundational pieces on your O-line, and they will be there for years to come. McCoy's not going anywhere. Ruiz, not going anywhere. Banks, Fuanga, fuck no, not going anywhere. I think you end up moving Taliesin Fuanga over to right tackle, even though, again, look, I'm having to eat my words a lot, and that's completely fine. I'm not acting like I'm some sort of analyst. I am just a fan, as much as y'all are. I think what ends up happening is you move Taliesin Fuanga over to right tackle. You slot Kelvin Banks at left tackle, and now they are playing their college positions that they are used to. Maybe you put Trevor Penning at left guard. Maybe you put Dylan Radins at left guard. But you got McCoy and Ruiz at center and right guard, respectively, and you are fucking set. You're fucking set. And Kellen Moore builds his teams from the trenches. So does Brandon Staley. So does Mickey Loomis. The writing was on the wall. I thought they were going to go Tyler Warren or possibly Jackson Dart, which is a completely different conversation. Shout out my wife, who is now a Giants fan, by the way. Good luck with that. And I don't mean that with any sarcasm. I genuinely, obviously, I want Jackson Dart to succeed. So I genuinely mean good luck with that as far as the Giants and Jackson Dart goes. I know you're going to be great, buddy. Anyway, Saints O-line. It's going to be good. It is. It's going to be good. And it's the perfect way to build this team. And that's kind of what I'm getting at is you have now made the boring picks. And that's fine because next year you can make the sexy pick. For those that are on YouTube, I know you saw the way that I started out this episode with my live reaction to the Tyler Shough pick. I wanted to make a pun there like I did earlier. I'm going to try and be positive about this. Here's the way I look at it. So here we go. At pick 40, the New Orleans Saints selected Tyler Shough, quarterback out of Louisville. I, too, was very negative about it at first. And I have obviously, on my own show, and once again, here I am having to eat my own words, but that takes a real man to do. Point being is, as you can hear my daughter in the background, point being is, he's not as bad as I initially thought he was. And I am going to be positive about this because there is genuinely no point in wanting this kid to fail. Like, why wouldn't you want him to succeed? Kellen Moore got hired as the head coach for a reason, and this is his guy. That really is kind of it. That's really what sums it up. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. That's kind of all there is to it. So all you Saints fans out there that are literally crying. I heard a Twitter Spaces thing where one dude was genuinely crying. A, it's not that deep. Let's be honest. It's really not that serious. B, if you hate this pick, then maybe you root for Spencer Rattler to win the job because there is going to be an open quarterback competition. Okay? Between both of them. Fuck Derek Carr. Once again, he is not a part of this. Before the draft started, David Carr, which is Derek's brother, went on NFL Network and he tried to say, let me clarify. He was talking out of his ass. That's what he was doing. But he tried to say that Derek is consistently communicating with the team and both sides want to get things done and just straight bullshit. If I'm being honest, he's his brother. He's going to defend him. Go back to the beginning of training camp last year when NFL Network came to the Saints training camp and there was a bunch of people talking shit about Derek Carr. What did David Carr do? He fucking defended him and said that the Saints are going to be good. It's his brother. What else is he going to do? He's going to defend him. So he went on NFL Network and he talked out of his ass. He pulled just some crazy shit out that made it seem like both sides are not as far apart as people really think they are. That is bullshit. I'm telling you right now, that is bullshit. Derek Carr, with this pick of Tyler Shough, solidified. Derek Carr is on his way out the fucking door. That's all I have to say about that, because I am tired of him even being a conversation topic on this fucking team. I'm so tired of it. I saw a Twitter video of him at a fucking church giving a sermon talking about his shoulder injury and how he's still working with the Saints. Oh my God, my voice cracked. Still working with the Saints and trying to come to a resolution. Shut the fuck up. Talk about God. Talk to God. Figure it out. Because you're not on the Saints anymore, brother. And, technically you are, but point being is like, you're on the way out, bro. You're on the way out. We have Spencer Rattler and we have Tyler Shough. And that is the quarterback competition. It's already been said that there's going to be a quarterback competition between those two. Usually, the current coaching staff, whoever they drafted, tends to get the benefit of the doubt. So my prediction is that Tyler Shough is your starting quarterback for week 1. I still love Spencer Rattler, and I still hope that he wins this job. What does competition do? It breeds winners. You know what I mean? It's good for everyone. You all really doubted that they were just going to skip quarterback altogether and just hand the keys over to Spencer. With that being said, you all probably agree with me that Spencer Rattler does deserve a shot at starting. So here is my only hope. And this is a message to Kellen, to Doug Nussmeier, to Scott Tolzien, to Mickey Loomis, to everyone in the Saints. This is my message to you. If this quarterback competition is close and Spencer Rattler wins, I will be upset if you just give the benefit of the doubt to Tyler Shough and start him because he is Kellen's pick. If Spencer Rattler wins this job, he deserves to be this starter. And if it goes poorly, then yes, you have a second-round pick quarterback that you can absolutely throw in there. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Tyler Shough. I didn't like his age. I'm still not the biggest fan of it. He is a year older than Spencer Rattler already. What's crazy is they have the exact same birthday. September 28th. Insane. Day after Lil Wayne's birthday, by the way. So, why do I just know that? You know what I mean? Okay, so Tyler Shough, I will admit, has a fantastic arm. He really does. Arguably the best arm in this entire quarterback class. The touch that he can put on some of the balls that he throws is actually insane. If you want to, go ahead and, go on Twitter, search up Tyler Shough. You will see, obviously I put one of the clips in there. I wanted to show, because here's the knock on him. He panics in the face of pressure. He does. So that's just a big knock on him. And that's why I chose the clip that I chose that I put in here. I wanted to show that it's not every single time. It's sort of a mixed bag with highs and lows. The highs being the clip that I showed. For those that are not watching and are just listening, I'll try and put like sound effects or the beginning to a song or something over all of these clips that I do for each of these draft picks. I can't help the fact that you're not watching. Anyway, there's obviously highs. There's obviously lows. I wanted to show one of the highs. There is a linebacker about to murder him. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that word. About to obliterate him. He stands in there, delivers a sidearm throw to the back of the end zone in a spot where only his receiver can catch it, and gets destroyed in the process. That is good. Now, I would say the same thing about Spencer Rattler. Go back to the Washington Commanders game. There was a time where with pressure literally hitting him in the face, delivered a perfect throw to Foster Moreau instead of taking a safety, by the way. I think it's going to be a close competition. I really do. I genuinely think it's going to be close. I see a lot of similarities. However, what I will say, and as much as I love Spencer Rattler, Shough seems to be a little bit more decisive. He seems to, when the play calls for it, just get the ball out. I'm not saying Spence can't do that, because I've seen him do that. But we all have also seen how aggressive he is as a quarterback, in the sense of waiting and waiting and waiting for the big play when it might just simply not call for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, Saints pick Tyler Shough at 40. This seems to be Kellen Moore's guy. I'm not entirely sure he's the quarterback of the future, but we will see. I'm like I said, my prediction is that he starts week 1 over Rattler, unfortunately. But we will see. Maybe Rattler wins it. So at pick 71, the Saints selected Vernon Brogdon. I hope I said that correctly. He's a defensive tackle out of Texas. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had no idea who this guy was. So it caught me a little bit off guard in the moment. However, obviously, I went back, I watched some tape. He might end up getting some playing time, like some legit playing time. He is very twitchy. He's big. He's very big. And he's versatile. He can be that defensive end in the 3-4, or he can be that nose tackle. You know what I mean? I've seen him at nose tackle at Texas. I've seen him at defensive end at Texas. He's going to be a monster in the run game, and that's one thing that Brandon Staley said he builds his team around, is making sure that you can stop the run. I love that, because obviously if you can stop the run, you're forcing a team to be one-dimensional, and if you have the secondary for it, which we will get to, if you have the secondary for it, you're then forcing a team to not even be one-dimensional. They're just kind of fucked. They can't do anything. But it obviously all starts with stopping the run. And I think that's what this pick does. I've heard some people have him ranked at like 60. Some people had him ranked at like 130. So to pick him at 71 might have been a little bit of a reach. Which is, I definitely feel that way about Shough. I think Shough was a reach. I think you could have drafted a receiver at pick 40 and you could have got Shough at 71. But obviously that would have changed this entire draft. So we'll move on from that. So I think it was a tiny bit of a reach. But here's the thing, like if that's the guy that you want to draft, just fucking pick him. And that's what they did. Just solid boost to the run game, run defense. And this team was ranked 31st in run defense last year, which is just fucking piss poor, unacceptable. A lot of these picks this year are going to change that, with Brogdon being one of them. All right, so this stretch right here, these next 4 picks that I'm about to go through, my favorite of this entire draft. Obviously, I'm biased, so I don't necessarily mean in the NFL, for the Saints, obviously. But these next 4 picks, I fucking love. Jonas Sanker is who they took at 93. Out of UVA, Charlottesville is only an hour away from me down south. A little bit of southwest, kind of. But point being, I love this kid. Again, caught me off guard. Caught me off guard when the pick happened. Went and did my research. Holy fuck. This kid is going to start immediately. Game 1, he is going to start for you. He ran a 4.4, first team all ACC. Over the past 2 seasons, he has over 200 tackles. at safety. Over 200 tackles. Last year alone, he had 9 tackles for loss. I can't stress this enough, as a safety. And 2 sacks. This dude is a downhill runner, and he is going to smack the living piss out of running backs. And I cannot, like, pairing that with Justin Reed is fucking phenomenal. As my boys in Boston would say, fucking phenomenal. That's what the fuck it is. It's fucking awesome. It's wicked cool. Seriously though, this kid is going to start for you immediately. And like, Saints fans, I am with you. I love Honey Badger. I do. They just changed his deals to being more incentive based. With a pick like Sanker, I think you're going to see Tyron on the field just a tiny bit less. Just a tiny bit less. Because this kid can fucking play. He was a captain and a special teams contributor as a senior and captain, and he wanted to play special teams. There's a theme going on with a lot of these picks. If y'all haven't caught on to them or don't know already, I'll go ahead and be the one to tell you. A lot of them were captains on their team. A lot of them, if not all of them, actually all of them played over 40 games in their college career. None of these kids are coming in inexperienced in the game of football. There's no dumbass Marcus Davenport. There's no fucking potential in Peyton Turner. All of these picks were P4. All of them. I alone, with just these first 4 picks that I said to you, 2 SEC, 2 ACC. P4 players. And Jonas Sanker honestly might be my favorite if it weren't for, some that I'm about to say in about 2 or 3 picks. This kid is dirty. Dirty. Dirt. He's going to start for you immediately, and I love that. He is going to... I am so excited for him. I'm serious. I can't even explain how excited I am. He's going to help you in the run game. He's good in fucking coverage. Like, he was ranked a lot lower than where we picked him. I don't give a fuck. I am actually on the train of Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley in the sense of like, fuck that. Just get him. Get him. And the Falcons drafted Xavier Watts after we picked Sanker. And people are all like, oh shit, why didn't the Saints just take Watts? We didn't need that motherfucker. He is a coverage safety. This dude is going to help us in the run game. And he's a coverage safety. I love that pick. I love that pick. I'm putting the Clay Johnson stamp of approval on that pick. Jonas Sanker out of UVA. Remember that fucking name. And then at pick 112, the Saints picked up Danny Stutzman, linebacker out of Oklahoma. First of all, he wears a neck roll. I might not have to say anything else. I really might not. Those of you that know ball, he's a linebacker that wears a neck roll in 2025. So, there's that. Some people had him ranked as the 3rd linebacker in this class. And we got him in the 4th round. This is what I meant when I said to some people that this draft is so fucking deep with talent that will be starters, but not necessarily elite. He is a perfect example of that. There is no reason he should have been there in the 4th round. In the run game, I'm not going to lie, he's not going to help you much in coverage. And that's fine. Pete Werner is a good coverage linebacker. This kid is going to help you a lot in the run game. As you saw in the clip, he can pick up where plays are going to go in the run game. He can shed blockers, and he fucking attacks. And that's what you need. You need these downhill tacklers that are willing to stick their nose in there and just make the fucking tackle. Just make the fucking tackle. No more of this avoiding contact. No more of this arm tackling bullshit that you see with Alontae Taylor, which I expect to be fixed, by the way. None of that. These kids stick their fucking nose in there. Same with Jonas Sanker. He does the same thing, as you saw in the clip that I put before his breakdown. This kid is going to help you a lot in the run game. He is perfect as one of the outside rushers, you know, for a linebacker and whatnot. I'm loving what Brandon Staley is putting together, man. I mean, the first 2 picks were offense in Kelvin Banks and Tyler Shough. And then they went straight defense, bro. Defense, 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 offense, offense, defense. Like I said before, I was wrong about the first round pick part of it, but just because Kellen Moore is an offensive coach doesn't mean that they won't pick defense. And they did. So back to Stutzman. I think he ran like a 4.5. I think he ran like a 4.5. He's got that cracker juice. Just go look it up. I didn't just make that up. Just go look it up. When he got drafted, he posted a picture in a cowboy hat and said, "Who dat?" He understood the assignment. He said, "Who dat?" That's already more than Tyler Shough did. He said, "Go Saints." Not to be negative on Shough. I'm just saying. So he already understood the assignment. He's coming from the SEC. P4. I don't want to hear P5 bullshit. P4. SEC. He's played the competition. And he showed that he will, like I said, I'm going to sound like a broken record. He showed that he will stick his nose in there and make the fucking tackle in the run game. And I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if you see a drastic change in where the Saints finish in their run defense versus last year. And this kid's going to go a long way. So, again, Danny Stutzman, linebacker, Oklahoma. Your newest Saints linebacker. Alright, if you hear some baby noises in the back, I am trying to be a multitasking parent. They're fine, trust me. And babe, for you listening, they're fine, trust me. Between every segment, I'm going and checking in on them. But I just wanted to shout out my wife, Alyssa, because she is such a good mother. And I love her to death. And honestly, like, watching her become a mother made me fall in love with her even more. So, they're fine, though. Millie's watching fucking Encanto. Jackson is just being Jackson. So, let's go ahead and get on to Quincy Riley, the Saints pick at 131, Louisville corner. So, yeah, he was teammates with Tyler Shough. And Riley is one of those that's a little bit older. I think he's like 23. Okay, but hear me out. Who gives a fuck? Or who gives a shuck, right? Who gives a shuck? Dude, again, I'm just one of my favorite picks. One of my favorite picks. This kid is going to start for you right away. He is going to start. And they got him at the end of the 4th round, bro. Like, holy shit, were they in their bag. Holy shit. For you casual fans out there calling the Saints front office stupid, you're fucking stupid. Just trust me. This is a perfect pick. He can play outside. He can play inside. I think he's going to play outside. I think you let Alontae roam around and whatnot. I mean, I hope so. I don't want Alontae on the outside. So, did you know since 2014, this kid is in the top 14, 11 years of covering cornerbacks with metrics. This kid is in the top 3 in coverage and pass breakups. Only Sauce Gardner had more pass breakups in their time in college than Quincy Riley. I'm telling you right now, he is going to start for you day 1. And he's going to be good. He's going to be good. You can see it in the clip that I put. You can very much see it. I watched his post, like after he got drafted, I watched his interview. He called Terry Joseph old. I think that's hilarious. He's got personality, but he knows what he's talking about. And he's played in a zone match scheme already, which is what Brandon Staley runs. Which zone match basically means you start out that play in zone. However, if it calls for it, you switch to man and you lock up that receiver. And he has already played that. And he's gotten 15 picks over his time at Louisville in his career. I told y'all we needed a corner that gets turnovers. And this is what he does. Not that there's anything wrong with the way Kool-Aid plays. He is a lockdown, solid coverage corner, and I think he's going to excel in Brandon Staley's scheme, but so is Quincy Riley. Now, I don't think Quincy Riley is better than Kool-Aid at this moment. So I think Kool-Aid is your cornerback one, like I said. You got Alante in the slot, you put Quincy on the other side, and you're set. And you got him at the end of the 4th round. Like, dude, what a value pick that is. Oh, man. I love that pick. I don't have like super crazy stats for y'all or anything. You saw the clip that I put before this. He's just good. I mean, he's just good. He is going to start for you right away. And that's Quincy Riley, cornerback out of Louisville. Here we go. When I tell y'all this pick is the steal of the entire NFL draft, not just the Saints, the NFL draft as a whole, I fucking mean it. At pick 184 in the 6th round, the New Orleans Saints picked Devin Neal, running back out of Kansas. This kid is the all-time leading rusher, all-time leading touchdowns getter. Fuck me. In Kansas history. He was a captain. He had 8 games last year alone of over 100 yards. Every single year that he started at Kansas, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher. And a lot of the games that he had over 100 yards, he didn't even have 20 carries. He hasn't even, he hasn't even been, overrun. You know, Derrick Henry had stupid stats at fucking Alabama. But there were games where he got 40 carries. Now, I'm just saying, obviously Derrick Henry is still Derrick Henry. I'm just saying, he came in a little bit beat up. Just a tad. Not Devin Neal. In the 6th round, he reminds me of Mark Ingram. His vision is fucking insane. His vision is arguably top 3 out of all the running backs in this entire fucking class. And I'm not sizing it. Go watch, you saw what I put, but go watch on your own. I'm just giving y'all little tiny clips, but go watch these kids on your own. Do it. It's worth it. Devin Neal, first of all, he's already better than Kendra Miller. Sorry, Kendra, but he is. He's not injury prone. He missed 1 game in his entire career, and it was because he opted out. He's reliable. He is immediately going to be taking snaps from Kamara, but in a good way. I'm not saying that as he's taking them from Kamara. I'm saying you can take some workload off of Alvin for once in his entire, no, not in his entire career, no. But back to the Mark Ingram days, Latavius Murray days. You can finally take, it's been since 2019 that Alvin has been having to be this workhorse. And it's insane that he's lasted this long. And I love Alvin Kamara for that. But he's such a smart runner. That's how he's been. He's a unicorn, if we're being honest. But anyway, back to Devin Neal. He is going to take some of those snaps off of Kamara, and he is a workhorse. He's a workhorse, and that's good. That's great. And they got him in the 6th round. Bro. Oh my God. Do y'all see, like, the Saints were so in their fucking bag with this draft, dude. It's absolutely nuts. It is. I'm not going to sit here and act like they had the best draft in the division because I think the Panthers did some really good stuff. I do. I obviously they drafted Princely Amamielin, so I love that, but I really like what the Panthers did in general. I do. The Bucks had a good draft. The Falcons, for those that are just listening, I'm putting up air quotes. The Falcons had a good draft. I think they gave up way too much to trade back up and get James Pierce Jr. Could it pan out? Absolutely. But to give up a 1st round pick next year to go get him? Yeah, bro, I don't know about that. That's some Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis shit. Like, which, by the way, the Saints came in with 9 picks and they left with 9 players. They didn't trade up once. They still have all their fucking picks for next draft. They didn't trade up once. They sticked and picked, stuck and puck. I don't give a shuck. It don't matter. They stayed and made the picks. They showed restraint. And they got Devin Neal in the 6th round. He is going to be... Dude, I'm telling you right now, mark my words. He is going to be in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm so serious when I tell you that this kid was the perfect pick for them. This is the perfect situation for him as a player. I cannot even... I'm not sizing it. Like, it will go down as one of the biggest steals of this entire draft class. And I mean that. Devin Neal, running back out of Kansas. Remember that fucking name.
The ball so much that they're going to do something like this. Nice. Bingo. Wide open. It's the tight end, Monteval.
All right, so Devin Neal ended the whole 4-pick run that I was talking about, where I really, really liked what they did. Well, I loved what they did with those 4 picks, absolutely. And I'm not saying that this was a bad pick by any means. These next 2 are 7th round picks. They are flyers. It doesn't matter what team you are. It doesn't matter what pick it is. In the 7th round, they are flyers. So, with that being said, at pick 248, the Saints picked... I'm going to say select, because I said pick. You know what I mean? At pick 248, the Saints selected Maliki Matavo, and excuse me if I butchered that, tight end out of UCLA. Here's the way I look at it. I think he's a developmental project. Obviously, he's a 7th round pick. And he is a solid blocker. I think, sorry, Jack Stoll. I know you just got signed. I think you're gone. I think you're out the door because there's no point in not just keeping this kid unless you just want to put him on the practice squad. He had over 500 yards this past season as a receiver, but that's literally it. That's his only season as a receiver. I mean, he's a tight end, but I'm saying, as a receiving threat. Not to mention UCLA was just ass in general. But anyway, I think he's a solid developmental pick. He can block for you. It's ironic. He is probably the, exact opposite of Dallin Holker. Dallin Holker is a good receiving threat. He's not going to block much for you. This kid is the exact opposite. He's not going to be much of a receiving threat for you. He's going to block. And with that being said, I fucking guess we're rolling into 2025 with Juwan Johnson and Foster Moreau as your tight ends. Again, I like Foster Moreau. I do. I really do. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I'll get more into it later. But Maliki Matavao out of UCLA is your developmental tight end now. And then at the last pick of the draft for the Saints, they took, honestly, I like this pick more than Maliki. Except for Maliki is such a fun name to say, I'm not going to lie. I actually work with a guy named Malik, and I will like mess with him at times and call him Maliki, so that's actually really funny. But anyway, the last pick for the Saints at 254, they selected Fadil Diggs, defensive end out of Syracuse. I actually really love this pick. I do. Especially for a 7th round pick. He had 7.5 sacks, 14.5 tackles for loss, and he ran a 4.5 as a defensive end. That's a pick that shows you that the Saints are moving away from the Dennis Allen mold of defensive end, and they are getting speed rushers. And I like it. They didn't do it early. Besides maybe Stutzman, he's more of a linebacker, obviously, but you know it kind of commingles. I'm not entirely sure Diggs gets a lot of playing time his rookie year, but I feel like he's one of those that we'll see in 2026 and 2027, like kind of start to pop off. I feel like he's already better than Foskey, but I haven't seen Foskey in this new scheme yet, so I don't know for sure. Point being, though, I just love that this pick shows that like they are completely done with that Dennis Allen bullshit, and they are getting speed rushers because he's not huge by any means, and he ran a 4.5, so he's athletic as hell. I like it. Like I said, I really like that pick. Like I said earlier, my overall grade for the Saints draft is probably a B+, if not A-. I think this is one of those draft classes that like won't get appreciated in year one, but will absolutely, like you'll see the benefits of it 2026, 2027 type thing. But I still think they managed to get like 4 starters out of this. They had 9 picks. They got 4 starters. We'll see, but I think that's pretty fucking solid, if I'm being honest. So I really like this draft class. I do. And I know the national media, besides CBS Sports rated it as an A, which surprised the shit out of me. But I know the national media is probably going to shit on this class. I know the casual fans out there are going to shit on this class. And that's literally all because of Shough, which I don't like that they took him at 40. I think they could have took him at 71. But there is no point in not rooting for this kid to do well. Just be honest with yourself. It makes life easier and it makes so much more sense to hope that he does well. Why wouldn't you want him to? Worst comes to worst, he's a backup. And I mean, you know, history shows that second-round pick quarterbacks tend to just be backups. So again, worst comes to worst, he's a backup. But at least they fucking took a swing. And not as a late-round flyer. They took a swing in the second round. Whether I like the value of it or not, they did. They saw their guy, and they wanted him, and they took him. I don't have much to say about Shough Sanders. I know that's a big topic. I'm going to save that for my next episode that I'm actually going to be recording in 2 days from now. So we're going to be getting some back-to-back episodes for y'all. I will talk more about Shough Sanders in my crossover episode with the D&T podcast. That's right. I'm bringing Tyler back. We're having Daniel on this time, and we're going to talk about the Cowboys picks, the Commanders picks, and the Saints picks, as well as just the draft classes in general for the league as a whole, because we are big fantasy football players, and we have a dynasty league. So, you know, we'll probably talk about that as well. And we will definitely talk about Shedeur Sanders falling as much as he did. Yeah, I'm not going to dive into it too much right now. Point being, I really like this draft class. I know this was a bit of a short episode. I just needed to get it out to y'all. Plus, you know, I'm doing double duty right now. I'm making this for y'all, and I'm watching my kids at the same time. So again, bit of a short episode. I just needed to get it out to you, and so that you could see my thoughts on the draft class as a whole. Again, I love this draft class, and if you don't, you know, maybe comment in the YouTube, maybe send me a tweet, whatever you want to do. Just let me know why you don't, and we can talk about it. But I'm telling you, like, this, it's a foundational draft class. It's like you're building a house. You got to put up the studs first. You have to lay the foundation, which is the concrete, and then you have to put up the studs. And it looks weird. It's just skeletal and bones and whatnot. You have to do it first. It's one of those kind of draft classes. If I could put it into any sort of perspective for y'all, it's just how it is. When you're in a construction field, they have to put up the cinder block first. And then the electricians come in and they hang the temporary lights. I don't know where the metaphor is for the temporary lights right now. I will get back to y'all on that. But point being is, that's why bricklayers get paid a decent amount of money. They're first. They are. So yeah, what the shuck, man. Let's talk about it. Hit me up. Let me know how you're feeling about this. I love this draft class. I do. I can't say it enough. I love this draft class, and I think Sanker, Riley, and Neal are going to be absolute. Dude, they might have gotten like 5 starters in this class. Maybe even 6. Like this, it's fucking insane. Banks is a good pick. Shough might end up being your starting quarterback. Broughton might play a lot. Stutzman might play a lot. Riley might start for you, probably will. Sanker is going to start for you. Devin Neal's going to get a lot of playing time. Like, Fadil Diggs is a project, but dude, he might get some playing time. He really might in situational passing downs. That's just that's the main thing I'm trying to get across to y'all is it's a good class. And whether you think it is right now or not, one day you're going to have to do what I did and eat your words, because it is a good class. We can talk more about Shough a different time. I'm sure Daniel and Tyler and I will talk about Shough. Especially because I am one of the people that said he wasn't good. But just do yourself a favor. Stop going on Twitter. Stop just looking at the little 5-second clip of him at the combine. Go look up his tape and be unbiased while you're doing it. Try your hardest. You don't even have to be positive. Just be unbiased and watch the tape. There are throws that he can fit into some tight windows, and it doesn't even look like he's putting effort into it. He makes some little sidearm throws like Matt Stafford at times. I wish he didn't remind me of Carr, but he does. But if he gives you Carr level production, you know, obviously with more wins though, but he's actually likable, I don't think you can hate on him. You know what I mean? Again, I can't stress enough. I want Rattler to win the job because I love Spencer Rattler. But if Shough wins the job, I'm not going to hate on him. I'm not going to hope he does bad. It just is what it is. What I'm trying to say is just give him a shot and be patient, the same way that I'm telling y'all with Kellen Moore. They've already shown change and difference in mentality with this draft class. They've already gotten Derek Carr out the fucking door. And that's what y'all wanted, right? You wanted Derek Carr out the door. I wanted Derek Carr out the door. Take that as a win. That's what this Shough pick is. It's a win to getting Derek Carr out of the door. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'm hungry, so I'm going to go make myself some food. Millie already ate. The kids come first, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. This draft class it's going to look a lot better. And if it doesn't already look good year one, it's going to look a lot better year two. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I guess I'll catch y'all next time, Who Dat Nation.